Well, in the past hour, India has launched its first observation mission to study the sun. Large crowds gathered to watch the rocket carrying the Aditya L1 satellite blast off from the Sriharikota Space Centre in the southern state of Andhra Pradesh. Now, the probe aims to work out what drives space weather and gather a better understanding of the dynamics of solar wind. Its 1.5 million kilometres orbit around the Earth will give it a clear view of our nearest star. And those pictures of Aditya launching from its space station a little bit earlier on. We can go live now to Mumbai to our reporter Janvi Moulay. Janvi, clearly another big moment for India.
It is, and in fact it is much more ambitious than Chandrayaan-3 mission, because this time the spacecraft is expected to travel 4 times the distance between Earth and Moon, that is around 1.5 million kilometers, which may seem a little minuscule compared to the distance between Earth and Sun, but it is a place from where the spacecraft should be able to study Sun, the outer atmosphere of our closest star. In a few minutes we are expecting a confirmation on how the launch went. Remember, this is not a very powerful rocket in the world, but it's one of the most trusted rockets that ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization, has. And it is expected to carry this spacecraft into a certain orbit around Earth, from where it will keep orbiting our planet and gain velocity, and ultimately it will be launched towards the point L1, which is a point between Earth and Sun, where gravitational pull from both of these is quite neutral, meaning that spacecraft would be able to hover in that region. It's something similar to the James Webb telescope that NASA has on the other side of the Earth, and on this side at point L1, Aditya L1, ISRO's spacecraft is expected to study Sun. It's the first solar observatory of this kind that India is sending out. So it's definitely a massive movement for all the space enthusiasts in the country.
Yes, and as you sort of alluded there, it's going to take a while to get there, something like 125 days. In terms of how people are feeling about this launch, clearly there was a lot of fanfare around Chandrayaan-3, and that went very well, and it was a real moment for the country. How are people feeling about this mission?
Well, for the first time in many days, I'm seeing people coming out on street for some scientific achievement. Otherwise, this is something that is reserved for, let's say, a big sports victory or a political victory. And those were the scenes that we actually saw after Chandrayaan-3's lander touched down on Moon. And since then there is definitely an increase in interest in everything that is related to space, and that is something which people are watching, because this is a young country with a technology that has put India in space. So obviously in terms of future exploration, there is a lot of interest, especially among youngsters, but beyond that there are also scientific experiments that are being that will be carried out. Remember, India has about 50 odd satellites hovering around Earth, and those are important for the country, for about the country of 130 billion people. So in terms of protecting those satellites, study of solar winds and solar plasma is also equally important. Yes. And Aditya L1 is going to help in that mission. That is what scientists are hoping for.
Okay, well, Janvi, thank you very much for joining us. Janvi Moulay from Mumbai, our BBC reporter there. And earlier on, we're seeing pictures of the engineers celebrating the success of the 2 rockets separating, and here we are. These are the engineers and all the staff behind the mission. Clearly a lot of effort goes into this, and it's months and months of planning and execution, and yes, lots of joyous expressions and hugging and shaking of hands there.